Former spokesperson for the Israeli Defense Forces and senior fellow at the Foundation for Defenses of Democracy, Jonathan Conricus, joins me. Good evening, sir. And I've spent many nights talking to you during the starting of the war, beginning October 7th. Tell me, how is this seen in Israel tonight, this military action? What's the perception? What's the thought about where this is going?
Well, good evening, Greta. Thanks for having me again in different attire this time. I think that, for me as an Israeli, it rings a bit familiar. I can remember when we Israelis struck Hamas targets before October the 7th, and when we struck targets that weren't really important for the enemy. The way I see what's going on so far, and I trust that this is not the end of the operation, is that the targets have been struck, but no targets inside Iran, and I don't see significant casualties in Iranian operatives or Iranian officers or anything that is Iranian. Those are very important metrics, and in order to hurt Iran and in order to deter Iran from killing US servicemen, I think they learn and understand a very clear message. If Iranians die, then they take a step back. That has been our...
But
yeah.
Let me ask you about an Iranian died, and this has sort of been buried, I think, in the news cycle today, with all the attention here domestically on what's going on, is that Israel, at least the report is, killed an Iranian official in Damascus today. Which, I mean, so then an Iranian did get killed. I don't know if you can confirm that happened or not, if the reports are correct, but that is, so Iranians are getting killed.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the first time that Iranian so-called advisors in Syria and elsewhere are killed. And that is a type of operation that sends a very clear message to the Iranians. And, many times the Israeli experience has been that if we strike proxies, that has a very limited effect. But when we do strike, and Israel has done that in the past, when we do strike Iranians, they're excellent at puppeteering others and sending other organizations and people forward in order to die on behalf of Iran. But when the fighting comes home, they're not that tough. And we've seen that many times.
I've interviewed Prime Minister Netanyahu a number of times, even when I was most recently in Israel, and he said at the time that the end game was when the ideology, when Hamas is destroyed, when they're done. That's the end of it. But here we see that this is expanding. At least I don't see this as contracting. I see Israel is making great inroads in Gaza, but this now seems plain to me that this is an escalation. Am I being an alarmist?
No, I think we should just, confine it a little bit. Gaza is one thing, but it's not the only front where Israel is being attacked from. We're making very good progress in Gaza. Hamas is being dismantled as we speak. There's a few small strongholds left, and there will be a few months more of fighting, but eventually Hamas will be dismantled militarily. But we're talking about the fact that we have other Iranian proxies at our doorsteps. I know that you personally have been up along the northern border. You've seen the Hezbollah tunnels from Lebanon, and you've seen the kind of infrastructure that they have there. They are a much more powerful Iranian proxy at Israel's doorsteps. But I would like to distinguish between what happens inside Israel and the attacks on US forces in Syria and in Iraq. They're, of course, related to the same enemy, but I think that there are different theaters of operations, and I think for many purposes it is best to distinguish between these two theaters.